Hey, guess what? I made a deck. Guess what it has in it? You're never gonna guess. Because it's 4 copies of Pacifism. Hi, I'm Amy the Amazonian, and I want to show you my mono white deck that has some green in it. It's a mono white deck. Don't let the forest or the temple garden or the temple of plenty fool you, because this is a mono white deck. It is a, I guess, enchantment, prison, board wipe, indestructible pile of fun. The theme of this deck is eking out some wins by wiping the board with Shatter the Sky, drawing off of your indestructible creatures, and having a generally good time putting your opponent's creatures in jail or just removing them from combat because you can and you should. So let me show you how this deck goes. Right before I recorded this video, I actually beat a mono red deck, and it was very fun because 3 of the 4 pacifisms were on the board. I loved it. Also, I should say, hi! If you're watching this video, you probably are used to watching me stream. This is one of my videos I'm putting out while I'm on vacation. So, hi everybody. If you're just watching this on my YouTube and you've never seen my streams before, also hello. It's time to watch me shock in lands against mono red, because I'm like that. I'm getting at this Alseid of Life's Bounty. Maybe it'll trade with the Scorch Spitter, maybe it'll die to a shock. Maybe this person's running Infuriate, like everyone and their mom seems to be. Oh. Is it a Rimrock Knight? It's Rimrock Knight. Alright, so this person's not even letting me pretend to stop them. They're going right into it, and I could either ramp here, but I don't really need to. I can already play Gideon. Or I could just make their Fervent Champion a little less feisty. Oh no, you're 1-1, suddenly can't attack. If people were running Fling, it would be a little better. Oh, Phoenix of Ash, another great exile target. This is a new card from Theros. It's one of those cards that can be brought back to the graveyard using Escape at a pretty low cost, I should add. So I have a couple choices here. I can throw out Gideon, kind of using him as bait, or I can just get rid of that Phoenix of Ash. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's gone. The Phoenix was probably only going to do 2 to 4 damage to Gideon, which would not kill him. But if they have anything else, then Gideon would die. A shock, a pump trick. It would be them wasting it on Gideon, but still, I'd rather avoid it if I can. Alright, I hit a land here. I'm going to go ahead and enchant this Plains, so it can generate both white and green mana at the same time. It sure would be nice if this Rimrock Knight could both not attack and not block. Ooh, wouldn't that be spicy? So spicy, the spiciest. 2 pacifisms on the board against mono red. We also have this nice big exile at the ready if they drop down, I don't know, Bone Crusher Giant. There's not a lot of cards that Elspeth Conquers Death, wow, I know how to talk, actually hits in their deck, but there's at least a few. They don't have anything out here, so I think they've hit a dud turn, so I'm gonna pop out Gideon Blackblade, gonna +1 him at, like, nothing for no reason. Throw that land down, don't need to shock it in, and pass my turn back to the opponent. See what they got. Oof, a full cost light up the stage. Alright, they did get a little critter here. Got a Rimrock Knight. And I don't know what they have in hand. I wonder if they're just sitting on lands. Very possible. It is very possible that they are just sitting on lands. Also, I'm gonna make use of one of the big mechanics of this deck and Shatter the Sky while Gideon is an indestructible creature. I'm gonna draw a card. They can actually buff one of these up if they want to draw a card. Oh my gosh, they do want to draw! Look at that. So they just cycled that Infuriate, essentially. I have now opened the way Or Gideon's smashing fun time. Gideon will also be able to exile something next turn. So will Elspeth Conquers Death, assuming they play something that's big. And they didn't. So that means I just get to plus up Gideon again. I don't really have to worry about Flash from Darst. I should note that sometimes it is good to just throw this down, you know, just for the other 2 stages. I'd rather not here, because I have Castle Ardenvales, which means that I'll be able to make tokens. Making myself a 1/1 human token. If they get something with haste, I could chump block. Could save my dear friend Teferi. Or not Teferi, Gideon. I know how to speak. Gosh, if this were Teferi, then this deck would be so much meaner. How did Teferi learn how to attack? Sarkhan must have taught him. Alright, so they've got the Scrim Initiate down. I don't care for that. I still want to make a token this turn. I don't want this thing attacking me. I don't want it blocking. And Darst has left the building, so that's another fine victory for our sky-shattering deck. Let's do it again. Let's see if we go up against mono red. I've noticed a lot of people playing these mono red aggro decks with Infuriate in the queue, and I suspect we're going to continue to see that because it's a fast deck. You either win fast or you lose fast. It definitely suffers against a lot of life gain and exile decks. Anything with board wipes, if they can land the board wipes fast enough, is going to do some damage. So we've got a curve here. We've got a 1-drop, which with nothing to attach it to, 2-drop, and a 4-drop. I still think this is worth keeping because we have both colors of mana. We've got 2 pieces of removal. And we've got a board wipe. Or if, you know, if we get there. Hello, Korgs. Oh, mono red again. Actually, I shouldn't speak so soon. This could be knights. This could be 2-color knights. I don't think it is. Oh, wow, 3 of the 4 pacifisms have already shown up. Hi. Hello. Fervent Champion number 2. I'm gonna take another 1 damage. Actually, it looks like they have a combat trick here. Probably Rimrock Knight. There it is. Boulder Rush for an extra 2 damage. And I don't even really need to pacify this, but I'll do it anyway. It's like I'm missing out on, what, 1 damage because of this? At this point, I'm just kind of being obnoxious. Oh, Rimrock Knight, how you doing? I have a choice here. Do I wish to Shatter the Sky, pacify, or do nothing? I think I'm gonna Shatter the Sky here. See if they want to use a trick so they can draw a card. They did not. They were not interested. Pass the turn back. It should be noted, if they get a Bone Crusher Giant and they play that, I will not want to pacify it in a lot of situations just because it deals damage to my face. Speaking of things that deal damage to my face, this thing could be a 4/4. But it's also really useful as just like a mana bank. So I'm going to pacify this, just because I don't think there's going to be a lot of targets in their deck. It's mono red, it's just kind of like that. My Shadowspear is sitting here like, can you just make a human token for me, please? Can you stop playing the lands that aren't the shock lands? No, I'm busy. I'm busy pacifying them. I'm busy teaching giants how to knit. This is a really cute piece, though. This giant who's covered in all sorts of armor and tusks, and he's got all these pigs just, like, crossing down him. Oh, Bone Crusher Giant. And a shock. That leaves them with enough mana on their Steamkin to hit me. E5 Ophum. Or on Steamkin. There we go. Let's see. I can either throw this down and give it a stick, or I can make a token just for chump blocking. I am going to throw down you and give you a stick. I might just end up chump blocking here, but that's fine. The other move I could have made that turn was also shocking in the land and making a token. I don't think that's very interesting. It's like, if I wanted to just play that in a token, I don't feel I'd be protecting either of them well enough. They are not at quite enough mana for an Embercleave if they swing in just with that Bonecrusher Giant. Oh, but they could try to claim the Firstborn. So I can sacrifice this just to stop them from dealing damage here. Or I can let them get the extra 2 damage on my face. And they also heal too. I really want this to be alive. I'm gonna keep this back. I'm not gonna bother sacrificing it. What are you doing? You gonna sacrifice it? All right, they get to sacrifice it now. I forgot. This can be activated with any color of mana. That was a big misplay on my part. In my head, I was thinking, oh, I can activate this with white mana. Let me hit them with the oops. If I died on my own misplay, it's my fault. It would not be the first time. Oh, so they're gonna give Steamkin protection from white. That means that the Pacifism I had on it falls off. And that's a good game. Yep, so we did a little bit of a throw there. That's okay. Not everybody plays perfectly all the time. And did the game disconnect, or were they just passing priority there? Oh, strange. Yeah, it seems weird that it's roping me. Like, I'm passing priority as quickly as I can. Good game. Korgs, you have bested me. It was a hoot. It was a hoot and best of one. Let's go in for another match. I will not be satisfied until I dominate at least one type of deck that's not mono red with this. It feels so weird when I'm trying to make a video and it's like, ah yes, who's in the solo queue today? It's mono red. Everybody's playing mono red. Okay, here we go. New opponent, new day, new fight. Ben Bollig has a Sarkhan as an avatar. Oh, and Heliod decided to show up this match. I don't know if I want to keep this just because there's only 2 lands, though it does have a delectable selection of cards. I'm gonna keep it and just hope that we draw into what we need, which is another land. And even then, I have my Pacifism. A Knight of the Ebon Legion could just sit on the battlefield if they were playing black. Nope, Outside of Life's Bounty. That makes my Pacifism a little less useful because they can give protection to get around it. Alright, 2 white. And a Furry Guide Mother, which can be protected, and a Hosda Marshal. How's that? How's that? If I pop down Heliod here, he won't be doing very much. I can throw down Gideon, and he is unlikely to die just from, you know, them attacking on the backswing. Also, because this looks like it's a white weenie deck, they may just want to... They may just want to, like, drop an elephant here. Like, they have 5 creatures here. I feel like it's time for an elephant. Oh, no. They're going in making a token with the Hosda Marshal. I got my 4th land out here. My current devotion is 2. Bring it 3, 4. Do I want that? I want this. Could just Conclave here. And I kind of like that. Take out really any of these. I think the Law Rune Enforcer is actually the scariest thing on the board because of its ability to do good tapping. Yeah, sure, you're indestructible. It doesn't really matter. Unbreakable Formation's probably gonna come down pretty soon. Ooh, Heraldic Banner instead. That's also very nice. It's gonna give +1/+0 to all white creatures. They could spare probably the 3 of those to hit Gideon this turn, and that's what they're gonna do. Even if Gideon were, you know, able to be protected, it wouldn't have worked. Alseid only targets creatures, and he is not a creature. Or creatures and enchantments. I could target my own Conclave Tribunal. The weenies! I'm being overrun! Eek! And eeny, meeny, miny... Guide Mother. Ocean count 4. It's probably gonna go down to 3 because I think I'm gonna have to block. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Really, just no matter what. A lot of soldiers there. A lot of lifelink. 1/1 tokens. What are you oopsing me for? Okay, that was strange. I'm not sure why Heliod briefly became a creature at the end there. But he did. Yeah, I don't really know what to... I don't know what to think about that. Okie dokie, here we go. Time for another matchup, and this is Darst again. Alright, so Darst was one of the people we played against before. I believe they were one of the Mono Red players. This is a keepable hand, a little bit rough, because we got all these 4-drops, but maybe my Alseid of Life's Bounty can carry me home. Oh my god, a mountain! This looks like such a familiar play. Alseid of Life's Bounty! I'm gonna give this person a hello, see if they remember me from 10 minutes ago. Vivid Champion, alright. And a Shock. Alright, so they're not gonna let that thing live and trade into the Scorch Spitter. They're going for 3 damage on my face. Right here. Now, as with last time, I do have a Pacifism at the ready. But I don't think I'm gonna need it quite yet. I'm going to wait until something bigger than these guys comes down on the board. A Rimrock Knight, a Bone Crusher Giant, really anything. Assuming I don't have a Shatter the Sky to follow up. Alright, Darst, you got 2 mana and a dream. Or maybe 3 mana and a dream. And the dream is more Fervent Champions. These guys are great. These little Javiers. Hello, 2018 World Champion Javier Dominguez, as painted by Steve Argyle. Wearer of many socks. And they do have a Rimrock Knight. They use it for a buff. So they're just trying to get as much damage on me as they can right now. And that's very reasonable. So I'm going to pacify one of these Fervent Champions. It's going to reduce my damage actually by 3. If both of these are able to attack, then they're each buffing each other. This way, this has no target for buffing. Ouch. Oof. I still might die here. I was gonna say, there are things that can deal 6 damage between 2 cards and 3 mana. And I think you all know what time it is. Time for the sky to get shattered. They're gonna be left with a 1/1 from the Grim Initiate. Hello there, little amass token. Are you going to kill me? Well, you're definitely gonna try. Alright, here comes a lifelink here. This is my Archon of Sun's Grace. Maybe it will hold a sword next turn. It doesn't really need the Shadowspear, because it already has lifelink. But it would mean more lifelink. I'm more likely to use this just to hit them and gain life. Oh! So it looks like they're going to ram into me here. There are things that could kill me in their hand. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to let this probably die till I can Infuriate. Okay, it's being shocked. Is it going to be shocked twice? Ah, it's being shocked twice. Okay, so that they definitely could have done before attacks. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't. Hello, it's Gideon. Hi, Gideon.
Gideon Jura.
Yeah, Gideon Jura. Oh, I think I know why. I think it's because if I didn't block there, they would have been able to defeat me just by hitting my face for 1 and then shocking me twice. We'll see if they're able to do this. All right, they've got 1 card in hand. They've got 1 mana. Gideon can be equipped with a Shadowspear, but he has to be equipped every single turn because he's not a creature on my opponent's turn. He's a Planeswalker. But he's going to be a Planeswalker with lifelink. Also trample. Also, let's see if my opponent blocks here. I doubt they will. Okay. They did not block, so we're going to Shatter the Sky. And Darst has left the building. Excellent! Good job, Mr. Gids. You carried that spear, gained me lots of life, and won. See, there is some merit to running board wipes in your deck with indestructible creatures. I'm going to take this in one more time. I'm going to bring up the deck list also for people who may have forgotten what it looked like. It looks like this! It's got all the Gideons, all the Kidians, and a smattering of these guys. Alright, let's go in again. To the ranked queue. Please ignore that I'm not highly ranked. I have not been putting a lot of time into it. I've been very busy playing Brawl. It's important to me that I get to play Brawl. Okay, the Heart of the Cards was not with this opening hand. We are sitting on 1 mana. I gotta call a Judge. Judge, the Shuffler's broken. Okay. Judge, Shuffler's fine. The Shuffler gave me 2 mana this time. That's enough. I only need 2. That's not true. I need more than 2. Taking all bets. Will this be a mono-red opponent? Oh, definitely not. I see 2 colors already. This is probably going to be Jeskai Fires. Just guessing by that. I know I'm guessing off of literally 1 land, but it's a Temple of Triumph. Oh, and that's Jeskai colors down. And a Shimmer of Possibility. Signs point to yes. Signs point to Jeskai Fires. You would have thought this deck would have lost some steam with Theros coming out. It didn't. Not a bit. Alright. Throw down the Shadowspear and gain myself 1 beautiful life. Because a lot of this deck our opponent's using operates on haste, we're going to have some trouble dealing with it. Alright, Gideon's coming on down. I'm going to give this Vigilance. Why not? Other move I could have made there was giving Shadowspear to this, but I'd rather get one of these Gideons down. Give a threat. Give myself a threat for them to deal with. Okay, grabbing a land. I feel like we're going to see fires come down. Is it time for fires? Deafening Clarion. Okay. My creature's dead. That's fine. This one's not, though. This is why I'm running Gideon, because he dodges all these things. I don't have anything else to do with my mana, so I'm going to give Gideon the Shadowspear, gives him +1/+1, and lifelink. Get a little bit more damage. It's gonna fall off, but who even cares? I don't. Gideon, keep dodging those board wipes. You're doing a wonderful job. This is like a mini board wipe. Guy going doot doot. And Cavalier of Gales being cast at full price. If this dies, they do shuffle it back into their library and scry. I'm gonna try and avoid it dying. I'm just gonna banish it. Saving another Banishing Light for if my opponent happens to... Oh, I don't know. Play fires. And get rid of the fires. Even though they'll probably get tons of value out of it just on that first turn. Alright, Gideon is now in exiling range. Like he can attack and then exile. He's also within 2 attacks, assuming he's holding a Shadowspear, of lethal on Judge. Alright, coming in tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. A Brazen Borrower would also do some work right here. And these decklists do tend to run Brazen Borrowers. They'd be able to free their Cavalier of Gales. Okay, Sphinx of Foresight, and only leaving 1 blue mana up. So yeah, I think this is a fine opportunity for me to use Gideon's minus ability. I could either get down the Archon of Sun's Grace here, or I could just give Gideon the spear. I'm gonna give him the spear. I suspect they have a board wipe, and I just haven't had a way to use it. Maybe they have a shock here. Maybe they're gonna shock Gideon. They're that one last loyalty. It's okay, I've got a spare. I've got a spare, but this deck can stabilize and come back from 4 very easily. All about what they happen to get. A Fires is what they've probably been looking for, so they can play cards for free, use up the remaining mana. Haven't gone there. Alright, so that's Kenrith with 1 red mana. That's enough to give him haste. So, little hasty Kenrith. Gonna go kill Gideon, because he has to. Well, I mean, he could have stayed up as a block. I don't know, I don't have haste. Well, actually, no. Looking at these colors, I don't have haste. I am going to go ahead and banish him, though. Kenrith is able to gain so much life that I don't want him able to use his abilities. So, Kenrith, you have been banished to the Shadow Realm. No planar cleansings, no whammies. No second Kenriths, please. Wonder if it would have been better for me to have pacified the thing I used Gideon's Exile on. Oh, Cavalier of Flames, and he's got enough to give himself haste, though I'm not sure if they'll want to. Well, I haven't given haste. So I've got Heliod, and I've got Pacifism. My devotion is enough for me. So I'm gonna pop down Heliod. And I'm gonna pacify this. I've got a couple different cards that could bring Heliod up to 5 devotion for next turn. Okay, thanks. I really needed that Bone Crusher Giant. I really needed that 2 damage to my face. I was at 32 life. I deserve it. Sphinx of Foresight, Bone Crusher Giant. Cool, cool. How about Gideon? Gideon, what do you say to giving Heliod Vigilance? And Shadowspear, what do you say to giving Heliod Trample? Also +1/+1. Let's go. This is they got a block situation. Double blocking won't do anything here. It's an indestructible critter. Well, I guess double blocking will prevent an extra 2 damage from going through. And I can only kill one of their guys anyway. So I wonder if maybe they should have double blocked there. Because they really want Sphinx of Foresight to be alive. I'm going to throw this +1/+1 counter onto Gideon. Spread out my damage. Gideon is big enough that it won't die to a simple attack from the Sphinx of Foresight, but it would die to a Sphinx of Foresight pumped once by the Cavalier of Flame. I like how the creatures in this deck are barely creatures. It's like Gideon, he's actually a planeswalker. Heliod, he's a god. He's a creature when he wants to be. Ooh, maybe they're gonna free Kenrith here. They have a lot of different moves they can do. They can even bounce the Pacifism on the Cavalier of Flame. I'm not sure they want to, but they could. Yeah, they probably want to get themselves more blockers. It's just a matter of, do they want the Cavalier? Do they want Kenrith? Kenrith gives them, I think, a better out. It gives them life gain. It's also a 5/5, which is as big as Gideon currently is. Alright. Banishing Light back in my hand. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. They just jerk card off to Fairy. What are they gonna do? Give everything haste. That wouldn't really do anything. Give everything haste anyway. Attacking with the Sphinx of Foresight. It still have enough mana to gain life with Kenrith. If they kill Gideon, this stops being a creature. They don't know I have the Archon. this guy's devotion is. I don't even know what my devotion currently is.
That was nothing.
Oh, they didn't pump. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where the 5th one is. It's on that pacifism. It's now my turn. I've got enough mana that I want to get this extra Pegasus, so I'm going to throw down Archon of Sun's Grace. Banishing Light. Hitting Kenny here. Henry, you better gain that life now. And do they also have a Brazen Borrower is what I'm wondering. They've got the right mana for it. You're saying good game. Is it truly good game?
Your light will cleave the darkness.
There's so many different things I could do with a Brazen Borrower right here. No, they don't have it! We have defeated the judge. That is a Jeskai Fires that didn't find their fires, hit a lot of good stuff, but just couldn't take out our board wipe dodges. Our whole time, we were, you know, off on the side. We're in the commander's, or not the commander, we're in the little planeswalker space over here. We're in the enchantment space down here. Deck's awesome! So if you want to check that out, again, here is the deck list. I'll try and put it into the description if I have a chance. If not, well, you can use your imaginations and you can say, whoa, look at that. It's so cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, this video was sponsored by TCGplayer.com and by Wizards of the Coast. Thank you both for supporting my channel. And also to Wizards of the Coast for making this game. It's a really fun game. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. And I hope you liked watching it. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!